Okay, you can
Okay.
start it.
Good evening, Mr. Bisu and fellow colleagues. My name is Kayla Jimda, and I'm excited to introduce my team as we
Right?
explore.
We explored it. We explored it.
And someone mute their mic, please. As we explore the fascinating topic titled Teams and Groups. Working in groups is something we all experience, whether in school, at work, or every day in our lives. And understanding how they function can make a huge difference in how we collaborate and succeed. In this presentation, I will break down what makes a group, the different type of groups, and how they develop over time using Tuxman model of group development. We will also dive into group rules, communication, conflict resolution, teamwork, and leadership, key elements that shape the effectiveness of any group. Additionally, we will explore SMART goals and team learning, which helps group stay focused and achieve success. By the end of our presentation, we hope you will have a deeper understanding of how groups function, how to navigate group dynamics efficiently, and how leadership plays a key role in teamwork. So, what exactly is a group? Well, it's basically when three or more people come together, interact, and communicate over time to achieve a goal. Type of groups. Groups generally fall into two main categories, formal and informal. Formal groups, they have clear purpose, assigned roles, and structure. Think of a university project group, like what we are doing right now, where everyone has specific tasks and a deadline to meet. Informal groups. Informal groups. These are groups that happen naturally with no set roles or structure, like a group of friends that always meet up for Starbucks. Even though they are more relaxed, they still play a big role in social bonding. Understanding groups. To really understand how groups work, we need to look at three key dimensions: purpose, structure, and time. Number one, purpose. Group exists for different reasons. Some to get tasks done, others to provide social support. A workplace team might all be about productivity, while a student club might all be about networking and fun. Number two, structure. Some groups have a strict hierarchy, with the leader calling the shots, while others are more casual, where the leadership shifts depending on the situation. Number three, time. Some groups form for short-term projects, while others stick around for years. The longer a group lasts, the more its dynamics and relationship evolves. Now we move on to stages of group development. Ever notice how groups go through different phases? Tuckman and Jensen, 1977, identified five key stages. Number one, forming. This is the get to know you phase. People introduce themselves, figure out what the group is about, and try to fit in. Number two, storming. Differences in opinion start to show and conflict might pop up. If handled well, this phase helps the group define its goals and roles more clearly. Number three, norming. By now, things start falling into place. People understand their roles, communication improves, and the group starts working smoothly. Number four, performing. At this stage, the group is at its best, working effectively towards its goal. Whether it's a project group hitting deadlines or a social group feeling connected, everything runs more effortlessly. Number five, adjourning. Eventually, all groups come to an end, whether it's a project that is completed or people naturally move on. Reflecting on what has Reflecting on what worked and what didn't is a great way to wrap up things. Slide. Dynamic in groups. Group dynamics refer to how groups function, including decision making, conflict resolution, and leadership. Understanding group roles help us improve teamwork and efficiency. Now let's move on to group roles. Group roles. Have you ever been part of a group where everything just flowed smoothly, where ideas were shared, decisions were made, or people felt valued? Or maybe you have been in a group where things felt disorganized, where voices clash, or where some people never participated at all. Every successful group relies on its members playing key roles that keep things running effectively. These roles fall into two main categories: task roles and group building roles. Let's begin by looking at task roles. Task roles, some members focus on ensuring that the group meets its goals. These are
Hi,
tasks
excuse, can we
related.
pause the recording?
What's wrong?
So can I continue?
Yeah, I think so.
Hi, these are my slides. So I'm just wondering if we had a mix-up.
You're supposed to transition.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be dealing with the group rules and the task and the group building, task rules and group building rules.
Well, go ahead and make a transition.
Okay, continue. My bad.
Can we move back to the group rules, the slide before? Sorry
This
about that,
slide?
everyone. Okay, I'll start from here. Group rules. In every group, people take on different functions in order to work together to achieve a common goal. Two common functions are task roles and group building rules. Task roles are focused on completing tasks via discussion to achieve the goals of the group by giving opinions and feedback and summarizing information to create decision-making strategies. Whereas group building rules are centered around the group members and creating relationships to form a cohesive unit. Task roles. Within these two roles, there are roles that individuals find themselves more comfortable performing. For task roles, these can be information seeker, whereas a person is aware that the group needs and looks for facts and data to inform the group. Opinion seeker. These persons seek for ideas and perspective from other group members to have informed decisions from everybody. Opinion giver. This one gives their own personal viewpoints and suggestions to the group that will have benefit in the group overall thinking. Summarizer. This person condenses the group information and summarizes it in a way that all members may understand. And the group clarifier elaborates and explains the ideas to add new meaning and clarification for the group. And for group building rules, these persons may be, next slide, encourager. This person welcomes all the members and ideas, allows each person to feel comfortable in speaking their own mind. Gatekeeper. This person ensures that every member has the chance and ability to say their own ideas without being overshadowed by someone else. Mediator. This person keeps a common ground throughout all the members to ensure that there is no conflicts arising whilst ideas are being given. And a follower. This person actively listens and supports the group's actions and decisions. Dysfunctional roles. Outside of these dynamics, some individuals may exhibit behaviors that hinder the group's progress. These are called dysfunctional roles. Examples of these would be a blocker, somebody who constantly opposes the group's ideas, no matter what they are, without any given reason. A special interest pleader. This person, no matter what idea they give, will always be seeking their own self-interest in the group. A clown. Not to be mistaken for somebody who is simply trying to create humor in the group, this person tend to make jokes that only hinder and block the group's progress. And a non-participant. Whilst present at the group meetings, this person tends to not participate or have any say in the ideas or going-ons of the group. Group norms and group climates. Different groups exhibit different habits or rules of conduct. These practices create the atmosphere called climate of the group and are explicitly seen and are expected to be followed by all participants. Group climate is like the group's personality. If the group is quick to anger, if they are studious, or if they give off a general happy vibe, this is based on what the group norms allow or disallow within the group's atmosphere. Creative conflict. When most people think of conflict, it's usually in a negative light. And if not handled properly, it can be detrimental to the group's climate. Most conflicts stem from persons having different personalities and backgrounds, different expectations of the roles within the group, known as role conflict, or simply a conflict of ideas. But there are always advantages and disadvantages to every situation. Personality or role conflicts can be handled by a person's own self-reflection and understanding of their own preferences and needs, and understanding of how a person's own personal assumptions and expectations may clash with other group members. Whereas a conflict of ideas, known as controversy, is essential to a group working to its highest potential and making the best informed decision. Most people avoid conflict in favor of harmony, as it is more comfortable, but airing your opinions and ideas can make an overall improvement on the group's mindset. Some advantages of conflict are increased motivation and energy. So when persons can air their own ideas, even in a tense situation, it allows them to feel more connected to the group. It allows clarification for issues and positions, so persons get a clearer idea of what an issue may be or what issues may arise in the group and where they would stand within that conflict. Can build internal cohesiveness and esprit de corps. If once the conflict is over, there will be a sense of togetherness with the group having come together and overcome issues. Can lead to innovation and creativity. Within these conflicts, the group will come up with new ideas to try to solve it and thereby create an innovation within the group. Can increase self-awareness. All members now have a new self-awareness of their positions in the group and other persons' position in the group, and each other is now aware of each other, of each members individually. Maybe a means of dealing with internal conflicts. Persons who may have had a tense atmosphere or a distance from each other before can now form a bond with each other after they have gotten over their conflicts, internal conflicts with each other. Can lead to a new synthesis of ideas and methods. Persons from different backgrounds that have different mindset and different opinions can now share their ideas and it can be incorporated into the group's decision making. Liabilities of conflicts can be debilitating. If the conflict is not resolved soon enough, it can lead to a breakdown within the group structure and lead members to become even more tense with each other. Can distract from goal achievement. Within this, within the conflicts, the group progress stops. Persons are not progressing, the goal of the group is not progressing as the issue has to be resolved before it can continue. Can cause defensiveness and rigidity. Persons may become a bit defensive whilst trying to prove their own point and become guarded against other members in the pursuit of getting their ideas across. Can cause distortions of reality. Members may have some sort of miscommunication whilst the issue is ongoing, and it might cause rifts within the groups as persons misunderstand what the other person is trying to say. Often becomes a negatively reinforcing cycle. When conflicts arises, persons may start to believe that it's okay to cause disruptions within the group, and it may cause more issues to arise further on if not properly taken care of at the time. Tends to escalate, become more serious, and proliferate. So what happens is that, again, if the issue is not seen about at its time and then properly, it tends to escalate into a more serious situation. Persons may become violent, persons may choose to leave the group. It could have damage to maybe the property, the group materials that were being used for the progress. And efforts to resolve are often not reciprocated. If one member is not willing to cooperate with another member on an issue that they both have, the group progress stops. One person could be willing to find a solution to come up with a problem solving, to initiate something to problem solve, but the other person may be standing their ground and rigid and refuse to cooperate. Communication. Conflict is best confronted than avoided. A solution is always the better option. Mediating and negotiating a common goal is the best way to resolve issues without creating a power imbalance and resulting resentment. In a win-win situation, both sides come to a solution that's mutually beneficial, leaving them satisfied, whereas in a win-lose situation, one side wins by outplaying or putting down the other at the cost of making the loser angry and unsatisfied. The worst-case scenario is a lose-lose situation, resulting from both sides being so rigid and unbending that the group is now at a standstill with no resolution or compromise. Ground rules. There will always be conflict in a group. Conflict is natural as everyone has different opinions and expectations. By anticipating this and creating group rules that allow for a safe environment for discussion, a group can prevent major miscommunication and guide itself to solution and resolution. It also allows the group to open their thinking to different ideas and concepts that only improve their decision-making skills. Now on to Shonique.
Thank you, Jenny. Good night, everyone. Tonight, we are going to delve into the heart of teamwork. Or Jenny, you still had slides to finish.
No, that was the ending of my slides.
Okay, so I will just do this one then. Apologies. Good night, everyone. So we will be discussing decision making. Decision making in groups is important because its collective input can lead to better outcomes than individual decisions. Decision-making techniques: brainstorming, consensus building, voting, nominal group technique. Example: a team using brainstorming sessions to generate ideas for a marketing campaign. Recommendations for effective decision-making: encourage open dialogue, to ensure all voices are heard. Utilize structured techniques like the numeral guru technique for clarity, and set criteria for evaluating options before making decisions. Challenges in decision making. Groupthink. Groupthink is the tendency for group members to conform, leading to poor decisions. Conflict resolution. Managing disagreements constructively is crucial for progress. Time constraints. Balancing thorough decisions with timely decision making. Takeaway: understanding the stages of group development is essential for effective teamwork. Positive group dynamics enhance collaboration and decision-making capabilities. Leaders play a crucial role in facilitating effective interactions within teams. And next, we will dive into the heart of teamwork, understanding how groups functions are crucial, whether you're working on a university project, volunteering in your community, or leading a team at work. The importance of teamwork. From this presentation, you can expect to understand group dynamics and development, explore decision-making processes within your group. Teamwork is the collaborative efforts of a group of individuals to achieve a shared objective. It fosters unity while celebrating individual differences and leverages unique skills, experiences, and ideas. Teamwork is important because it promotes a positive work environment, encourages personal growth, increases job satisfaction, and reduces stress. It involves working effectively with others to achieve a common goal. Effective teamwork fosters faster learning, improves communication, and builds stronger relationships and trust among members. Characteristics of effective groups. For a team to truly excel, several characteristics must be present. These are clear goals, defined objectives that guide group activity, diversity, varied skills and perspectives enhance creativity and problem solving, cohesion, strong interpersonal relationships foster collaboration, and communication, open channels for sharing ideas and feedback. Teamwork. Teams are vital for achieving shared goals, emphasizing collaboration over individual efforts. There are three types of teams. Functional, this is hierarchical. Self-directed, this is where members possess skills for the task and have delegated power. And cross-functional, this is a combination of diverse skill sets. Now we look at the difference between teams and groups. A team has a more structured and cohesive unit with a shared goal, while a group might be a more general collection of individuals. SMART goals. Teams need clear, well-defined goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. The SMART rubric provides a framework for teams to use as they establish their goals. Specific. The goal must be clear to everyone. Measurable. It is quantifiable. Attainable. The goal must be realistic and possible to achieve. Relevant. The goal is in alignment with the direction of the organization and its overall strategy. Time-bound. There is a set time frame by which the goal will be achieved. An example of a SMART goal is responding to all emails that the team receives about its upcoming event on April 2nd within a 24-hour period. Team learning. Teams must find ways to learn together through dialogue and reflection. Dialogue involves understanding the communication process as well as the content. Leaders are facilitators and supporters of team learning, helping members understand motivations, advocate for interests, and find common ground. Effective leadership should focus on both team performance and team development. Team leaders monitor progress or relationships and take action to mediate conflict, focus on goals, and coach interpersonal skills. They may also facilitate external roles. Now we look at some characteristics of effective teams. Effective teams must have clear goals, relevant skills, mutual trust, unified commitment, good communication, negotiating skills, appropriate leadership, internal support, and external support. Next, we'd look at Hughes, Grenett, and Kirby for their task structure. Task structure. The team understands its task and finds meaning in its work. Group boundaries. Boundaries are clear and well-defined. Membership and purpose of the team. Norms. Appropriate norms that regulate member behavior and create structure. Authority. The level of decision-making the team has. And to conclude, groups are the building blocks of communities of practice. We function in many different kinds of groups that are at different stages of development. This chapter presented group development models and principles of group dynamics, including aspects of decision-making, conflict resolution, and team learning that inform group practices. It is important to note the differences between groups and teams and the intentional process of developing working groups into effective teams. In closing, let us remember that effective groups and teams are built on a foundation of clear communication, respect, and a shared commitment to achieving common goals. By understanding group dynamics, embracing healthy conflict, and utilizing effective decision-making techniques, you can contribute to creating successful and productive teams in any setting. Thank you, everyone. This concludes our presentation on teams. Thank you for your attention, and this is our biography.